Hello, this is Mr. Bacon Bits. Welcome back to Xenoblade Definitive Edition. I'm covering the rest of the quests in Colony 6 in this video, in which I'm continuing off from Miss Sweetness Gratitude and a final sweet favor. As before, I'll show the quests in the order the game lists them in, and then detail them in order of availability. Let's get started. Now, if you somehow decided not to do the Colony 6 migration event up to this point, which means you wouldn't have been able to do any of the Colony 6 quests up until now, this quest comes up in replacement of The Road Home, where instead of Atharon giving you the quest, Dulland does. The objectives are exactly the same, having you fight the exact same enemies, which you're likely well over-leveled for them, but there are different rewards. This also expires after the events of Machina's Core, so presumably you won't be able to do anything in Colony 6 afterwards if you didn't do this as well. After entering the hidden Machina village and inviting Jirel to the colony, Arda will have a new quest for you. If you don't get the option for inviting Jirel, you'll need to have Colony 6's housing at level 4. So we'll need to talk to the person at the house where the smoke is coming from. As you can guess, it's from the one you invited, but only at night. She seems awfully dismissive, but alright. Talk to Arda to clear the quest. You'll need 1.5 stars affinity next in this time period, and invite Rosemary to the colony. If you can't invite her, try talking to her with Shulk. At any rate, talk to her once she's in the colony because she has man issues. She wants 4 potential boyfriends, which means you need to invite them to the colony. I'll go ahead and list them. We need a timid Homs man, which happens to be Nick at Colony 9. You'll need Nopon Rick on the affinity chart as well as Colony 6's housing at level 5 to invite him. Next is a rough and ready Homs, who can also be found at Colony 9, housing at level 4 and population at 70 to invite him. Yura is next, a high Entia at Alchemoth. It's likely you'll meet the requirements to invite him, but it's housing level 3 and reconstruction percentage at 25%. Finally, a Nopon at Frontier Village, with even less of a requirement to invite him, housing level 2 and population at 30. Once you have all of them, talk to them back at Colony 6, then talk to Rosemary. After having finished the first Odd Smoke quest and reaching 2-star affinity, Jirel has a new quest for you at night. She admits that there is something wrong regarding the smoke, and it's because the equipment she has is faulty. So she needs 3 dated plugs from M35 prototypes, and 3 dated cranks from Scout Unit prototypes. Both are at the Fallen Arm. Once you've got them, return to Jirel to finish the quest. Now here's an interesting one. This is a mutually exclusive quest with another one here in the colony, and it depends on if you invite either Mephi or Perrin, as you cannot invite both. Both quests require the previous quest shown to be cleared, and have 3 stars affinity in the area. This one is for Mephi, so let's do that. She can be found on this balcony at night. Accept her help, but this area's affinity will drop a bit. You'll need 3 Igna stone pots from Satoromash Ignas, 2 broom icicles from Valak Mountain, and 5 spicy papayas from Fallen Arm. I'll show where to find those, but once you have all you need, give them to Mephi to clear the quest and recover the lost affinity. Once you have the colony's reconstruction percentage to 55%, a surprise quest comes up where you have to defend the colony from attackers once more. Mechon are attacking at the ether planter near the freight elevator. It's kind of a typical tentacle Mechon, can cause paralysis and blaze debuffs if you're not careful.
The enemy's weak, but don't drop your guard!
This won't take long.
I don't have time for small fry! Gale slash! Let's keep up the right! And bring it down! Nice one, Ryan! Right! Worldly slash! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Now it's okay, guys. Now we're putting together. So this is what's useless. Done back. Nice start.
Awesome!
Leave this to me. We can definitely do this! You're not in...
These next few quests open up after reaching the central factory in Mechonis. Starting off with an exclusive quest. This involves another couple of NPCs with whom you can only invite one, the Nopons Goago and Minana. To invite them, housing needs to be at level 5 with at least 55% reconstruction, and berry jamming must be in the colony as well. Whoever you choose, you'll need to also invite Ura. Once that's done, if you invited Goago, he'll have a quest, wanting you to give the poetry anthology to Ura,
Yes?
then come back to him. If you invited Minana, she'll want you to speak with Ura first. Then he'll want you to collect 5 Hell Raspberries from Prison Island. Give them to Ura, then return to Minana.
Yes? Alley-oop! Yes?
Yes!
At 2 stars affinity and with the quest Looking for Freedom cleared, Nopon has a quest for Nick once you invite him to the colony. He wants to decide what Nopon needs his training on, a lot of ordinary enemies or a single powerful one. But before you can choose, he wants you to defeat Canyon Valencia. This unique monster is at the upper observation platform overlooking Ragwell Bridge in Bionis Leg, only during clear weather. To reach that, you'll need to head to Daksha Shrine and traverse the cavern there. I don't really have anything special to say about this monster. It's not that hard as long as you match its level. Once defeated, return to Nopon. Now, he'll want you to defeat 10 Tempest Fangs, also on Bionis Leg. They're found at the Windy Cave on the lower level. Easy enough. So just defeat them all, then return to Nopon to clear the quest. He'll ask you which would be tougher and then pick the opposite. This does have some kind of an effect later. At 2.5 stars affinity and with In Pursuit of Love cleared,
Yes?
there's another mutually exclusive quest. Yora offers Dream of a Poet, and Nick offers The Melody of Happiness. Both want to woo Rosemary, who you helped earlier ago with finding suitors. You can accept both quests, but only one can be cleared. You're locked out of the other if you do the second objective of each. That said, I'll show both quests. First is Dream of a Poet. He wants you to get the Swan Pendant from the High Entia Tomb, hand it to him, and then to Rosemary. You can find this item at the northernmost room in the first basement floor, but you'll be ambushed by some enemies. Not too bad to deal with. For Nick, he wants you to get 2 X Iron Hearts so that he can make a music box for Rosemary. Those are drops from Magna X at Magna Forest. Choose whichever you want. Here are the rewards and affinity chart changes for each to help you to make your decision.
Right, let's keep going. Victory to Ricky!
At 3.5 stars affinity, and with
Me.
Peppino and Dawn Argentis invited to the colony, Anne Argentis will have this quest if she's been invited too. She wants you to have a long talk with her father Don while she goes off doing something. Now, if you wait until after Mechonis Core, you can instead invite N's sister Zell for the exact same quest. In that case, Zell Argentis needs to be invited as well as Alexi. The steps for her quest are the exact same, just slightly different rewards. Just keep in mind both sisters can't be invited. At 4 stars affinity, this next quest depends on what you did for the previous quest. If you did the N Argentis quest, Peppino will have this quest. Don isn't happy of the two being together and wants 2 Slobos Ice Rocks and 2 Wisp Bliss Rings. You'll need them from Slobos at Valak Mountain and Wisps at the Fallen Arm, respectively. Get those drops and return to him to clear the quest. The alternate one is from Alexi, if you cleared the Zell Argentis quest. Same gist as the other version, except the items you need are 5 scratched jewels from Perna Aluka at Aerith Sea, and 2 lucky Chilkin rings from Valak Chilkins. You know what to do.
He can win by himself. Ricky, find ideas!
Also at 4 stars affinity, this quest opens up after doing the Nyx training quest earlier ago. Once again, go to Noparik. He wants you to do another investigation on which might be the harder test. He'll ask you to first take on the Indomitable Dalton near Soter Ruins at Satoral Marsh. He's level 85, so it might be quite tough unless you gain some levels. Once done, return to Noparik and he'll ask you to take down 10 Grove Quadwings back in the marsh. Do that, then return to clear the quest. The choice you make doesn't really affect anything this time.
All right?
At 4.5 stars affinity and with Betrothal Test cleared, Dawn Argentis has this quest to offer you, but Charla needs to be the party leader. Again, this depends on which route you took for family secrets. If you did the N Argentis route, the couple has eloped to Tephra Cave. More specifically, the lower edge of the cliff at Leg Pass. Once you do, return to Dawn to finish the quest.
How's it going?
If you did the Zell Argentis route, the couple will be at Satoral Marsh, more specifically the Nopon Refuge. Talk to and persuade Alexi, then head back to Dawn. Either way, once the quest is finished, Charla's skill tree Affection will be unlocked. After Mechonis Core, it's time for something different. Approach the Watchpoint Junction from Hope Farm for a surprise quest. I covered it in full during the story walkthrough, but it is Melancholy Tyrea. It's a full side story with voice acting that lasts a fair while. Here's the rewards for clearing the side quest.
Who's this? Ain't she the one who attacked us in the capital?
You! Tyrea! What are you doing here? You're hurt.
Do not touch me.
Charla, you're really focused! Backslash! Okay, guys. Now we're pulling together.
That's Rachel.
Melia, don't give up!
And we summon
We can definitely do this!
Next up is securing provisions. Doland provides this. He should be at Junks considering when this quest becomes available. He lost the key to some supplies stored at Tephra Cave, but since the Bionis moved, some powerful monsters have shown up, so he can't exactly go there. We need to look for the location Trader's Stopover inside the cave, which is next to Heavenly Window. And that is reached by following Bone Corridor that opened up from Vilia Lake. Careful of the enemies, most of them are level 90 and above. Speaking of, there's multiple unique monsters at the window. Protective Torquedon over the pit, Erratic Goliante blocking the entrance to the stopover, and then Satisfied Gogol inside the stopover that you'll need to defeat. There's a huge chance you won't be able to fight any of these at your level, so you may have to wait on this. But once you get the key, you can use it at the warehouse door behind a waterfall in Vilia Lake here. You can take it back to Doland. He should be back at the refugee camp in Bionis Leg.
We march on!
Can Can we actually win here?
Guys, this is such a good idea. 1, 2, summon bolt! Manifest yourself! Air blowing through me! Summon ice! Freeze! Ice wave! Manifest yourself! Roaring thunder! Take me lightly at that.
At 2 stars affinity, and with Shulk's invited to the colony, he'll have a quest for you. He has his own shop near the entrance, if you're wondering where to find him. He needs help with delivering a package to a customer, and the issue is he doesn't know the name.
Hi there.
The only lead he has is that the name ends with N. That doesn't narrow it down much, so I'll just mention it. Gorman. He's out at night in case you don't remember.
Who's this?
We delivered it, so head back to Shulk's to find another package you have to deliver for him. This time it's for a 16-year-old girl. That's vague again because it's for Berry Jammy the Nopon. Yeah. You could find this out through the affinity chart, I suppose, but that takes time. So deliver it to Berry Jammy, then go back to Shulk's to finish the quest. At 2.5 stars affinity and with the previous quest cleared, Shulk's has another for you. He really needs to find 2 energy aubergines, but doesn't know where they could be found. Those are actually found in Machina's field, but at this point it's no longer available. If that's the case, they can be found here at the park if Special has been upgraded to level 3, from 5 to 6 in the morning. Really rare pickup though. That said, you can also trade for it with Buzzatrox at Fallen Arm, but she only shows up there if you did the Best Boots quest. More info on that on the appropriate video. Once you have 2 of them, give them to Shulk's to clear the quest.
Hi there.
At 2.5 stars affinity, and with Neonic invited to the colony, she has a quest for you. She'll be next to a shop south of the Watchtower. It seems she's malfunctioning and maybe dying, and wants some kind of item to revitalize her and keep her going. The thing is, there's 2 items that can do that. One of them is Teryx energy eggs, and you'll need 2 of those. They're dropped from Lolapico Teryxes at Fallen Arm. However, that becomes a bad ending for her, and the vision of her outliving everyone becomes true. Instead, we need to find a Machina energy. This will extend her life by a reasonable amount, enough to live about 20 years longer or more. It's found at the Mechon wreckage site in Colony 9. Doing this will also grant more affinity than the Teryx eggs. The thing is, if you already have the eggs in your inventory, you'll be locked to that option, so you may need to drop them if you have 2 already, before accepting the quest. Whichever one you have, give them to her to clear the quest. Remember that earlier quest in this video called Nopon Determination? It was a mutually exclusive quest with this one, Ham's Determination. You can choose to do this one instead. Odd Smoke Resolution has to be cleared first, and you must have 3 stars of affinity at the Colony 6 area. Perrin must also have been invited to the colony instead of Mephi. Accepting the quest causes some affinity loss, just like the other one, but you can regain it once the quest is cleared. This one has you defeat not only 8 Sloth Gogles at Bionis Leg, but also the infamous Territorial Rotbart Unique Monster. so you'll have to be around level 80 to be able to do this quest comfortably. Once you've done some monkey slaying, return to Perrin to clear the quest.
Hello? What is it?
At 3.5 stars and a Gutsy Trader cleared, Werner will have a quest for you. He wants you to ask around some Nopon to see if they can figure out how to get his business booming again. The difficulty of this quest depends on who you choose. If you talk to Noporik, he'll want you to collect 10 Death Lychee from Prison Island. Ugh. However, if you have Narara invited and talk to her, she'll want you to collect 5 Mystic Dahlias from Alchemoth. Either way, bring the items to the Nopon you talk to, then speak with Werner to clear the quest. As far as I know, there's not really any difference what you pick, just what's easier for you at the moment.
Hello.
Yay!
Alley-oop.
Yay! Me.
Hello.
At 3.5 stars and lifespan of a Machina cleared, Yura has a quest for you. He wants to write a poem to Neonic and needs your help getting her to accept it. So talk to her. Choose whatever you want to try to convince her to trust him. It doesn't really matter too much, as she doesn't agree. So what you'll need to do is grab a toboggan wing at Aerith Sea. It can be found at the island below Hovering Reef 9. Just drop to it from the hole in the middle. Once you're done, give it to Neonic and she'll finally accept. Speak to Yura to clear the quest.
Yes.
Once you've reached 65% reconstruction, this surprise quest will pop up. 2 ancient Rogulia are attacking the Ether Planter on Splintered Path. Careful of these, as they can cause blowdown and knockback, which could easily knock you off depending on your position.
The enemy's weak. But don't drop your guard. Ha! Ha! Air slash!
Now it's right time. Unfindable. Oi, over here! Here we go! How good are we? I'm powering up. Thanks to you, Dunbar. We can definitely do the Dunbar. Too close. Just like that. Leave this to me. This is too easy. Nice one, Rush. Backslash!
Once you've reached 95% reconstruction, this final enemy attack quest will pop up. This is a huge one. A creature called Demon King Dragonia appears and starts attacking the Ether Planter at Hope Farm. This is a level 99 unique monster that is essentially a reskin of the dragon you fought at Prison Island. But though it might be a reskin, it's pretty dangerous. It's got some amazing drops, so you may want to be a thief with Ricky and flee battle until you get what you want. Keep in mind, Ricky can't steal anything unless he's at least level 89 or 90. The Ledios armor pieces it has are among the highest defense pieces of armor, plus it drops Demonic Everflame, guaranteed. I recommend holding on to that.
Don't get carried away, Ryan. 1, 2, across the gap! No, don't give up.
I know! Nora, it's up to you!
Okay, my turn.
These last few quests are available after the attack on Colony 6, and though they're listed in Colony 6, can be accepted here, at Hidden Machina Village, or by Honest Interior. This is because they're from Vanea and she's always at Junks. These quests are her giving you lists of items needed in order for her to design new Replica Monados for Shulk. This first one is for a Monado Rudra. This is a highly stable replica, meaning the attack power range is very close, meaning you don't need to use attack stability gems. Speaking of, it has 3 gem slots. To get this, you need a Lucky Vang from Green Ferris, Caterpile Silk from Royal Caterpiles, and an Arden Elderbeard from Magnus Arden. Give them to Vanea and she'll make the weapon. This next replica is Monado Agni. This is a blocking-based replica that gives at least 20% higher block rate and plus 25 physical and ether defense. Unfortunately, it has the lowest attack power as a result of a really unstable attack. The items you need are an Ocean Elixir of Life from Kyle Lexos, an Immortal Moss from Satoral Tortas or Armored Rockwall, and a Quadwing Treasure from Grove Quadwings or Rowan Quadwings. This next replica is Monado Abyss. It boasts an extremely high attack power, and is basically a straight upgrade from Shulk's basic Replica Monado, even when the attack power gets capped. The items for this are a Wisp Sunbead from Femini Wisps, a Glacier Element from Frost Nebulae, and a Hawk's Daylight Spur from Dark Hawkses and White Hawkses. This replica is Monado Dogma, and specializes in higher crit rate, loses its effectiveness the higher level you are, unfortunately. This one needs a demonic Everflame from Demon King Dragonia or Avalanche Abbasi, a Mammoth Horn from Lakelet Mammoths, and a Tirkin Elder Medal from Field Aldrich. This final replica is Monado Saga, which specializes heavily in defense. You'll need a yellow Slubos rock from Glory Slubos, a Tokilos King Egg from King Tokilos, and a Diamond Brog Eye from Young Brogs. And that's it for the Colony 6 quests. This has been Mr. Bacon Bits. Stay safe, happy, and healthy. And I will see you again on the next video, whatever that might be. See you guys then.